I'm Congressman Salud Carvajal. I've had the pleasure and honor of representing the Central Coast for the past few years. I'm proud to have been a good listener, to make sure that I am very accessible, and to make sure that I have moved forward policies that address the priorities and values of the Central Coast. It is meaningful to me that I provide the best constituent services for all constituents of the Central Coast, and that I fight to bring results for working middle-class families here on the Central Coast so that they can have opportunity and everyone can live the American dream. To that end, I'm proud to have brought forward legislation to invest in our infrastructure and thereby creating jobs, to move forward legislation that helps us get out of this pandemic, and to lower costs for working middle-class families. To create jobs and to address costs and the supply chain challenges that we are experiencing. To make sure that food, gas, housing, and healthcare costs are reduced so that working middle-class families do not have to stress and struggle so much every day as they try to get ahead for themselves and their families. The biggest opportunity facing the Central Coast is an opportunity to move towards more renewable energy, offshore wind off the Central Coast, and ensuring that we are making more investments in our infrastructure to make sure we have more commercial launch opportunities to invest in our local economy. And lastly, to make sure that we are implementing and realizing the investments made possible by the bipartisan infrastructure law in our roads, in our bridges, to address waterworks, broadband, and to make sure that we're addressing drought and wildland fires. That is what we can do. I'm proud to have voted for the bipartisan infrastructure law that is going to bring investments and resources throughout the country and on the Central Coast to make sure that we're able to invest more in our public transit, in broadband, to address and invest in our roads and bridges, our waterworks, to make sure that we have the resources to fight wildland fires and to address our drought situation on the Central Coast. All of these are investments that I'll be working with our local elected officials and community leaders throughout the Central Coast to make sure that we are investing in our infrastructure, modernizing our infrastructure, and creating jobs along the way.